Hey, good morning. Dr. Michelle here, founder of Secrets of Life and Death and Second Chance Secrets, empowering motivational speakers, leaders, and change makers to monetize their message and their mission so that they can have an impact through high-end, powerful programs. And I'm going to be talking a little bit today about anger. Oh my gosh. Somebody else here in the fog. Look at this fog. Isn't this amazing? It looks like the end of the world. So I'm going to be talking about anger and how to manage it and what it means and how to use it. But first I want to just tell you about the workshop I'm going to be giving today at 1:30 Pacific Daylight Saving Time. You want to go to my Facebook group, Share Your Brilliance Trainings, and you can find the link to the Zoom, or you can just hang out in the Facebook and watch it there. And unless I put a post there that says, no, you have to come to Zoom because Facebook isn't working. We're going to be talking about how to monetize your business. If you're a speaker, if you are a coach, a leader, a healer, and you are trying to segue into this online business and how to find your voice and your rhythm, then this is a workshop you want to come to. So this is my sunrise diaries or sunrise insights, and this morning I kind of like the fog. This is San Francisco, right? This is the San Francisco Bay Area. Isn't that beautiful? That's really kind of nice, huh? Anger. Yes, I woke up this morning angry. Angry, well, on the surface, I was angry at somebody for putting more work on me. Hi, good morning and welcome. I was angry this morning because I felt like too much burden was being put on me. The reality is the anger is that I'm not setting my boundaries. And maybe you have trouble setting your boundaries. If you're a people pleaser or you're used to being a nice or good girl or good person, sometimes it's hard to set boundaries. I actually have a client, a very high-end client. She is a leader. She was a major in the military, and she has a hard time saying no. In fact, she has no recollection of ever saying no and having it work out okay. That's a huge burden. That means she has to say yes all the time. But when it gets too much, when you say yes too often, that's when the anger happens. And that's what happened to me. Everything was fine, and then it was a tipping point because I was working on something else and I got interrupted. I let myself get interrupted. Hello, turn the phone off. And then it was a whole new issue, something that I thought I had been handled, and now it had to be handled again, and I was really angry. Anger is a powerful emotion. It took me a while to shake it, but I did. Because you have to remember that the anger is just a sign that things are out of balance. Anger is one of those emotions that are related to our survival system, our survival mechanism of fight, flee, freeze. So anger is the fight response, and it's saying, oh, I gotta fight this. But there, it's like, what? I'm not dying, but in a way, I am if I give all my power away, if I give my energy away, if I have no resources for myself. So the anger is a reminder that you need to take care of yourself, that you need to handle what's going on inside. Pay attention, listen. So there's that word pay attention again, which I've been talking about for the last week, is you not only need to pay attention to what's around you, but you need to pay attention to what's inside of you. And this is probably the most difficult if you are not used to it or you've never even gone inside, if you stay busy all the time. And by the way, that is one of the reasons why we stay busy all the time and we give our power away, is because there are thoughts and emotions that we're afraid of looking at. And so by staying busy, we're too busy to pay attention to that. But anger is a really good sign that it's time to pay attention, that it's time to check in. Astrologically, hi, thank you for joining. Welcome. Please post a comment or a heart or something if you like what I'm talking about. I'm talking this morning about anger and how anger is actually our friend. It's a wake up to ourselves. Right now, astrologically, Mars is in retrograde, and we're just coming out of the full moon in Mars, which is all about going inside. Instead of expressing your frustration and anger out in the world, going inside and finding out what's going on. To change the habit of aggressive response, which was what I felt. In fact, I gave somebody a real hard time yesterday. Oh, the little squirrels are running around. Even they're affected by the energy. So the changing the aggressive response to assertive, which is standing your ground, setting your boundaries. Don't wait until you're pissed off, which is what happened to me. I should have said something sooner, or I shouldn't have picked up the phone in the first place. But hi, good morning, thank you for joining. I'm talking today about anger and managing anger. And seeing anger is actually a sign from your body that you need to go inside and find out what's wrong. We have a tendency, or most of us, to find somebody else outside of ourselves to blame. Now this is really a waste of energy because you really can't change anybody else out there. The only person you can change is yourself. And when you change yourself, when you set your boundaries, you start to feel better. You start to give yourself the space to recharge. As human beings, we have a great capacity to give to a lot of people. In fact, we are wired to be generous to other people. The thing is, when we give too much, that's when the imbalance happens. So what I want to leave you with this morning, oh my gosh, there are turkeys. You want to see the turkeys? Let's see if I can show you the turkeys. Hey, where are you, turkeys? There, whoops. Where are you? They've gone away. I guess you can't really see them in the, there, way in the back. You see the little brontosauruses walking there. So I'm going to leave you with this little, hey, good morning. So you came to join me with the turkeys and the fog. Isn't the fog amazing? So I was talking this morning about anger. And of course, in the political arena, there's a lot of anger going on. There's a lot of hurling of criticism and blame on each other's sides. And then, of course, I felt a little angry because I live in California and I was given this huge booklet with 25 propositions from people. Hey, Julia, thank you. Good morning. Bring them on camera. Yes, Julia, good morning. I actually have a workshop today at 1:30 that's going to be about how to switch over from live in-person speaking to online. Of course, Julia, I know you're already a master at that. You've been doing it for years. But a lot of us have spent most of our working time speaking in person. And speaking in person is extremely powerful and you really can impact people. But speaking online is a different animal. It's a different experience. And you have to imagine, so I'm imagining you right now on the other side, you have to imagine the other person on the side. You actually have to kind of get into your psychic state to connect with people. And one of the things I've learned since I started speaking online is how to actually be more authentic, because you're talking to people face to face, one-on-one online. Even though it seems like you're talking out into the void, you actually are talking to people face to face. So my subject today was anger, and I was just finishing up saying that anger is a signal from your body that something is out of balance. Hey, looking at you already out and about this morning. Yes, I'm an early riser. And you know what? I love coming into the cemetery early in the morning because nobody else is here. And I recently discovered that I'm actually an introvert. So that's probably the reason why when I'm in this huge cemetery, right? Look at that, isn't that amazing? When I'm out here and somebody else comes along, it's like, what are you doing here? Because I want to be alone. And boy, if my husband, I get up at 5:30 in the morning to do my exercises. And if he gets up before 7, I feel, like, oh, you're entering into my space. That's part of my subject today, which is to make sure that you create the space that you need. And anger is a sign that somebody is pushing too much into your space and you're not setting your boundaries. So anger is actually a wake-up call. And it's an opportunity, it's a message to check inside and find out how it is that you're not taking care of yourself. That's my message for today. Also, for those of you who have come on, I'm going to be doing a workshop today about how to monetize your message, your motivational speaking online. Today, 1:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Saving Time. Come to my Facebook group, Share Your Brilliance trainings. And there will be the link to the Zoom call, or you can just watch it, if God be willing, inshallah, that Facebook will allow Zoom to appear on my Facebook page. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, Julia, great to see you. I love your paintings. I love what you've been doing, and would love to chat with you sometime. I think this is it. I actually have to get back. Getting a lot of personal space these days. Great to see you. Yes. Well, good for you. That's important to have a lot of personal space. I hope you consider coming to my webinar today, my workshop, because, hey, you were my very first coach. And it would just be lovely to share some of my experiences back. Oh, looks like I have somebody else here this morning. Good morning. Do you want to take a look at that fog? Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Look at that fog. Isn't this is up in the cemetery. Is that gorgeous? I actually find that to be really beautiful and soothing. And I feel, even though it's cold, it's refreshing. Hey, Julie. Oh, thank you. And I wonder who else is on there. Hello, and good morning, and take care of yourself. Set your boundaries. If you get angry, hey, there's a lot of pressure out there in the universe, in the world, in the sky that is pushing us to pay more attention to ourselves right now, to go inside, to set our foundations, to set our boundaries, to take care of yourself. That's my message for today. Hope to see you later at my, hey, fog is so needed now. Yes, isn't it? But it's so beautiful too. So come join me today at 1:30. I'm going to be sharing some great information about how to attract high-end clients and a high-end audience. Or you could say high level if you want to, rather than high end, and how to uplift and upgrade yourself. That's it for today. Be brilliant, and bye for now.